Hey, everybody. Welcome to another week of Sports Mass Collective. Sitting here as host, as per usual, with my terrible bandwidth screen. It's Marka, and I'm joined by my mesmeric guest, the athlete in charge, Stancil Athletics.
Well, thank you for having me. Interesting show you have here. How was what's this show all about?
So I heard sports, but to be honest with you, whatever comes around, my friend.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right. You know, you ask people and listen, Victor, this is your show and I'm happy you're here to host it, but you ask people to do the show and they say yes and then they don't do it. And I'm not talking about real guests. I'm not talking about comedians. I'm talking about normal people. What was that? What was that noise?
It was a Miller 64. If you could see it, I don't know if the green screen's letting you. It is 64 calories of. I just lost my ass in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Well, now that's kind of sports adjacent. There's a lot of gambling there. What happened there?
Wild weekend there. Raiders' first home game, I guess, of the year. The sports books were slammed. You could not move. It was irritating.
So wait a minute. And I let me stop you there. I'm sorry to stop you so early, but does Vegas? You can't gamble on your phone on sports in Vegas?
Oh, they'll let you do it all. They don't care about that.
So that's my point. So why do I don't understand why people at all go to sports books? No offense, you degenerate, but
it's the hang. So it's basically
so I can just bet on my phone and go sit there.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's about just assholes just going, "Hey, I like the Raiders. You like the Raiders?" And then somebody's like, "I don't," and then they fight. That's it. I mean, that was the entire thing. It's a tailgating party. That's it.
Do you think they'll eventually take up less? Because these casinos have full wings. Some of them to get a sports book. Do you think that's going to go by the wayside now? With most states, you can do it on your phone.
It already started. So, like, if there's Mirage is probably the last one. They got bought by Hard Rock. They'll probably make that a lot smaller for tables and for slot machines. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Interesting.
Yeah, but then there's some places like off the strip that are just big ass sports book places, like they're viewing parties. Basically, it's like having NFL Red Zone. Really, NFL Red Zone has removed the need for a sports book. That's what it comes down to.
I illegally stream it every Sunday during the football season. It's a great system I have. You put on whatever games are local on your actual TV, and then you throw Red Zone on the computer, and bingo, bango, you're in a sports book. And then you lose all your money on your phone, and you don't even have to see any other people. It's fucking perfect.
Is there anything better than Red Zone, though? I'm sure this topic is brand new. Nobody's ever covered it, but is there anything better than Red Zone?
Well, let me tell you, a man fresh back from Vegas and an former All-American athlete probably have never discussed it. That's all that matters. Maybe mouth-breathing mongoloids who's never achieved anything athletically or on the slots have talked about it, but never two people more qualified than us. Is Red Zone the best? Here's my only short answer, kind of yes. Here's my only issue with Red Zone, which I find myself, is there is some, and I guess this applies to all sports, but I feel like there is something to watching complete games. Just watching the same game the whole time, because you get a feel, there is a flow of a game is a real thing. Like a tangible thing on the field, I mean, not like as a viewer. I'm saying like, so I feel like I know more what's going on in the games when I have them on the TV, because you get a better feel of the momentum and who's having a good day, et cetera, et cetera. Red Zone is fucking awesome for fantasy, great for betting. But for a purist, I feel like I would still, if it's a big game, I'm not even going to bother with Red Zone because it's just distracting.
No, I hear you. I mean? Yeah. No, I hear you, because like I remember there was nothing funnier in my life than watching John Elway sit on the sidelines with a concussion. I think I was tripping on something. I was watching TV and my friends got mad at me because I kept pretending like I was John Elway, screaming, "Who's John?" every time they talked to him. And it was just because the entire Denver stadium was deflated. because John was fucking retarded at that point, and he's just staring into the wall, and they got murdered. It was wonderful. I was giggling, the whole experience. So for that, I agree totally. You got to see everything and feel it all. That's wonderful. Yeah.
All right, so I cut you off. I cut you off way at the beginning of your Vegas
Yeah.
experience. What? So the sports book was packed.
Packed.
Those
Every sports book was packed. We tried pretty much every sports book on the strip. We walked
Who'd
into
you
had a
go with?
cocktail.
People like you invited, not
Straight
me, right?
degenerates. Straight degenerates.
But
Yeah,
I wasn't
no.
invited, right?
No. These are people that we had 4 suites in 4 separate casinos. 5, I'm sorry, 5 separate casinos.
I see. I don't have enough money.
Yeah, no. This was a degenerates
These
trip
your
only.
friends that have money.
Somebody talked about going for hookers. We almost fucking kicked them out of the group because no time for that stuff at all.
No, get a game.
Straight gambling trip. But we went to Planet Hollywood, Bellagio, Mandalay Bay. We were all over the fucking place. Venice, everything was slammed, and then we drove out to Red Rocks. Red Rocks was slammed, but it was actually a good party.
Red Rocks. I was just there a few months ago. Did you go for a show or just to fuck around?
Gambling. So
Where do
there's
you
a
gamble
casino.
at Red Rocks?
Yeah, there's a casino in Red Rocks.
What?
It's absolutely. You're talking about Red Rocks in Nevada, right?
Oh, I'm talking about Red Rocks in Colorado.
Yeah,
I've never been to Vegas. Still.
Yeah. There's a Vegas Red Rocks. It's overrated. You could do everything in Las Vegas, like you said. You have the gambling in your hand. You could even gamble on slots or blackjack on your hand now.
Yeah, but even I don't. I'm not a slots or whatever guy myself, but even I don't trust that. At least, I don't know.
No, I lost
the
my ass on
casino's fixed enough. When you have it on your phone, it's just like it's like they could just do whatever you want. It's a fucking algorithm.
It's built for degenerates. It truly is.
Sure. Shout out Tommy. Shout out Tommy. Tommy from NY.
One love,
who crosses the border just to play slots on his phone.
Champion. That's champion slots.
That is the most degenerate thing I've still ever heard. So anyway, you just went over there to change scenery, essentially.
Look, we were literally, there was 2 guys that are sportsbook addicts. Again, same kind of situation. They have the phone. They just want to be. There's no direct TV. There's no NFL package in your room.
I gotcha.
So they're like, we got to find a place to watch this shit. And it was great. It was a real cool place. I had a drink and then I lost a lot of money there, but it was fun. There were girls there too, which was actually a lot of the other places. Again, everything in the fucking strip is because the Raiders were home. We're just these fat, retarded Raiders fans.
Spanish men.
Oh, everything. And there were plenty of blacks and no Asians in the sports
Asians
book.
don't do sports. Come on.
Not
Win, the linebacker for the Cowboys, was the greatest Asian athlete to ever exist. And they'll never be I'm sorry. The guy in the Angels, Shohei Ohtani.
Bruce Lee?
Those 2 are the only Asian athletes who ever existed.
Well, that's fair. All
right.
It was but it was a good time actually. I gotta say, if you're a sports fan, and I stayed at the Circa in the beginning of the week before the weekend. I had my own suite there. The Stadium Club is basically a pool.
Wow. Are you still talking? I think you muted yourself. Unbelievable show. Somehow. Did you pull something out? What a show, folks. You're not going to get... This is the real... Did I do something? Are you just miming? I don't know. I don't know what happened, Victor, but I can't hear you anymore. Well, until Victor figures it out. No, I didn't mute him, did I? Wait a minute. What did you just... Yes, the gambling and the Victor and I don't know, Victor. Just leave and come back. Who cares? It's a fucking sports show. Who fucking cares? Did I gamble that? Yes, I did gamble last weekend. While Victor figures it out.
I'm back.
There he is.
I'm
There he
back.
is.
It was
Technical
SteamYard.
difficulties.
No, SteamYard fucked me. So fuck those motherfuckers. But bitch lesbians. I'm sorry.
It.
Where'd
That's
you
all right.
where'd we get off on? And I knew you were talking, and I ruined your rhythm.
No, I was just speaking almost literally out of my asshole. I don't know. Did you lose a lot of money on that trip or what?
I had massive adrenaline rush. I actually didn't lose a lot of money.
Nice.
But there was monster swings though. I had some pretty big hits.
Well, those are fun.
Yeah. No, it was pretty wild. We were everywhere though. Oh, I was talking about Circa. Did you hear me? Yeah, that place is fucking sweet, man. They got a pool that's got like its own stadium sized billboard for watching sports while you're in the pool.
No
So
shit.
it's like,
Indoor pool, outdoor pool.
Yeah, it's a Vegas styled pool. The girls are gorgeous. Everything's hot. But it's just a gigantic jumbotron sits on the one side of the pool. And
wow. So wait, Sundays at Cirque, is that the move? Is that
if you can get there, that's probably a huge day. We didn't even try to go there because we were there on Thursday and it was fucking wild. And like you were watching, any game that was available. And it's cool because most pools close around 5, but you could, if you want, you could just stay there till like 11. I think they don't kick you out.
No shit. So. Outdoor pool or indoor pool?
Outdoor.
Nah. Oh, I like that.
Big Vegas tits. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Cirque or now. I'm an Vegas outsider, but from what I understand, the rehab is the pool to be at. No, or is that only Memorial Day weekend?
It's dead now. It's dead.
So that ends at Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And then Cirque's the place to be.
Circa is the place to be for that. Honestly, for party action, Planet Hollywood is still very blue collar fun. The Link, like these are places that anybody could go to. You don't have to be a big dick swinger to go to these places. Cosmo is too posh. Like the Cosmopolitan's probably like the most famous fancy hotel right now that everybody likes.
Yeah, I've seen the gay commercials.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite gay. Nightlife's
very
great.
Metro. Seems very metrosexual there.
Girls dress so fucking wonderful there.
Now, how can you tell with these girls? Do any girls go there for fun, or are they all hookers, or are they planted by the casino? I feel like I wouldn't. I don't know how girls work anyway, but I feel like especially in Vegas, I would have no idea. Like I would just assume everyone's a hooker or a plant or something.
Right. I like that. At this point, I just offer people money if I want to fuck them. I don't if maybe they aren't, but today they are. I don't know, right? So
and even if they aren't, you're in Vegas, they'll probably take the money, right?
You just lost a 500 at a table. Why don't I give you that and we'll just go do something? You'll be embarrassed to tell your father that you fucked someone older than
father.
Yeah,
those women don't have fathers. Nothing.
It's wild, but there's plenty of hooks. What I will say is I don't like, I remember when I was younger, the hooks looked a lot better. Times are changing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, boy. Bob Dylan said it, or Van Morrison, one of the two. Times they are changing.
It's getting worse, buddy. I used to see these beautiful fucking like Targaryen-looking girls with the nice hair and everything done up. Now they're just on their phones. They come on Bumble or Tinder. There's a number of roses if you want them at the room. It's ridiculous.
Do you think hookers are going to be obsolete because of like OnlyFans and guys getting their nuts off in different ways?
I think it's the incel thing, man. I think
well, I'm guilty.
I think you and I are part of the new nation, right?
Wow, nation of domination.
That's it. Until these women fucking change up, until they come back around and realize that we actually do shit for them. It's not always the dumb guy that doesn't know what to do. Then
right.
We're in trouble.
I think not to, and boy, are we getting away from sports. But I do think we'll get back to sports. Calm the fuck down, all you million. I see the number of people watching, just hundreds, millions, maybe.
Easily.
I do think, Victor. Obviously, everything is cyclical. Everything's a pendulum. Everybody likes saying, which I agree with. But I do think, unfortunately for us, I feel like we are going to be the generation that just has to deal with
Yep.
The women as they are. So
Yep.
when we're dead, it's going to go back. It's going to swing
Has to.
back, and women will get
Right.
back in the kitchen. But that's why I've semi accepted living in my mother's garage. Because what am I going to do? Work and give my money, half my money, to a girl or to a
Just gonna abuse you the entire time. Fuck it.
right?
No.
And it'll probably work
No.
out anyway. See 6.5 years of my life. So what's the point?
No.
You know,
They're gonna fuck you
Just-
5 times. It's
just
useless.
do sports with another Italian guy a couple times a week, and go to Vegas whenever I get invited, and go on my kayak and die at 50, maybe. I don't know.
That's the target right now, buddy. That's totally the target. I'm
For you,
sorry.
or me?
I'm gonna have to look you in the eyes for this one. That's where we're headed, buddy. I
You or
shouldn't be
me, or
alive.
both of us.
I should not be alive yet. Well, we're on the same fucking. We're just different.
Yeah, but
timelines.
then
We're
you're
the
gonna have
same.
to die a little older. I want to die at 50. You're gonna have to die at whatever, however the hell
Couple
old.
years.
80? What does that
Couple
make you? 80? If I'm 50?
No, like fucking. I'll die like a couple years,
50.
2 years, 3 years, whatever
Yeah,
it is.
okay.
I'll die. Fuck this
What-
shit.
All right,
Sports.
yeah, we'll get back to sports. Listen, wait, before we get off of Vegas, though, because Vegas, I'm going to do this live on air. I almost texted you. What are you doing the weekend of October 1st?
I'm around. What's up?
Well. October 1st is a Saturday. It's the first show at KB's, Bob and Brennan's, Levy and Brennan's Comedy Club. Their first show is Saturday, October 1st, that evening. Now, that's a 3 plus. You're echoing a little bit, Victor. I don't know if you could turn your echo on or whatever. Anyway, not a big deal. Who gives a fuck? But the show is Saturday. Now, that's a 3.5 hour drive from where I am. I'm just saying it's in Vineland, New Jersey. And I'm just saying, Atlantic City is not too far. And
Pretty
I'm
fucking
just
close.
saying Steve Conte couldn't stop talking to me about wanting to go back to Atlantic City last week. And I'm just saying we talked about doing an unofficial ski mask / compound thing in an AC with no blessing from anyone. And I'm just saying, if you're around, and I'm just saying that. You get what I'm saying?
I'm hearing what you're saying, but that would require us to go on September the 30th to AC. I'm just saying.
Yeah. What happens then?
Well, then we're in AC and we could gamble and drink and.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll
Then we-
fuck it, I'll come down Thursday. I don't give a fuck. I got no life. I have nothing to live for. Anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. We can continue this talk.
Oh,
off
and then
of-
we can lift together in the morning.
We could maybe we can have a healthy AC weekend. How about that?
Okay,
We'll have a
okay.
No, too far.
Too far.
Too much? Anyway, folks, put it on your calendar. September 30th to October 2nd, the unofficial Compound and Ski Mask Collective AC weekends featuring Steve Conte, Julio, probably me, Victor Marca. Even though nobody's agreed to any of this just yet, I promise it's going to happen. They used to call me
I love
Jim DiBiase because I'm the money man and I make things happen.
I fucking love it. I love it.
All right, well, we'll talk
Those
more
are the
about
two of
that.
my favorite guys, Julio and Steve. Are you fucking kidding
And
me?
Brendan and Levy.
Oh, Jesus. We're going to blow them or no?
Which one do you want? I'll take Brennan.
Why not tag team?
Whoa, make Swiss cheese out of us.
Like, they can make jokes while we blow them. Like, you ever think that would be, you ever think that's like comics do that? Like, this guy, he's really into it.
Oh, you made me shoot cum out of my nose. You made me laugh so hard.
One could hope. One could hope.
All
Yeah,
right, let's
but
get back
no,
to sports.
Vegas-
This is
Vegas was wild. Vegas
All
was
right,
wild.
yeah.
Vegas is becoming a bigger sports town just to close it all
that
out. So they're-
stadium is that stadium close to the strip or not really, right?
it's right. It's on the strip, but it's on the farthest property in the
Oh,
strip. So it's
okay.
Mandalay Bay. So you could take a tram to Mandalay Bay, and then you can walk to the stadium from there. It's a block and a half, not even. So just like Yankee Stadium or Met Stadium at this
no
point.
shit. Okay. For some reason I thought it was like a half hour away. I will
It's because the strip is that big. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But it's not in the fucking desert or some shit.
No.
I will say this: that is the baddest ass stadium I've ever seen. I haven't seen it in person, obviously, but the look of it from the outside with the black glass and the silver lining is fucking speaks to my heart. That stadium.
My money pays for shit there. Okay.
Yeah, you
That's
built that stadium.
The one they should really have a fucking booth of my own up there, man.
They're
I'm
gonna
a little
retire
bit
your number.
seriously retire my fucking. I got my shirt on today. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, what's that? Urlacher? I can't see.
It says 4 Ace Master, and then there's 4 1s because
gotcha.
it's gay. But yeah, no, it's but they've got the other stadium, the T-Mobile Arena, where they had the UFC fight this weekend. Apparently, this month is Hispanic Heritage Month, so there was cockfights going on in certain alleys. I wasn't around, but I didn't see it. But would have liked to
So
see
you got in a few of your own cockfights.
Wouldn't mind seeing a cock hit another cock. I mean, just to
Too
see
easy. I had
what,
to. I'm sorry.
what it
That
looks
sucked.
like, just to see once what it looks like. But yeah, no, and they're they got the Golden Knights there. They got fucking obviously the Raiders, and then they're doing now they're doing gigantic venues for like UFC for everything. It's wild, man. Again, they got something else too. I forget. They're building another stadium for something, but whatever. It's wild. Good shit.
Wow. Anything else? Anything else from Vegas before we move on?
What else? No, I got laid, but that was in a different town before I got there.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Money.
yeah.
With
No,
free?
always money because if you take the girl out, it costs
Okay.
something. But no, it was just it was like
Labor of love.
It was a COVID reconnection. I spent so much time out in LA that I went to see an old friend, if you will.
Good
And,
boy. Incel
yeah.
my ass. Don't fucking steal my valor.
No, listen. Here's the deal. But that's the thing. Like this person. Oh, you would actually love this girl. High stone the entire time. You could barely hold a conversation with her. It's great.
Wow.
She
So you raped a drug addict. It sounds.
She gets drunk enough when she kisses me once, and that's how she tells me it's time.
Oh my god. All right, let's move on.
Totally not date rape, I promise.
That's how she tells me it's time. That was very creepy for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, let's get to sports. That was wow. All right. We'll get our picks as always. We'll finish the show with the picks, folks. Stay
Correct.
tuned. We'll get to a week 3 picks. Don't worry about it. Calm the fuck down. Everybody calm down. Smoke some weed. I'm not allowed to because I get too high, even though Ski Mask gets so drunk he can't even finish the show. But we'll save that for another day.
This is a sports show. This is not about
This is the
naming
sports
names.
show. Speaking of, the New York Mets clinched a playoff berth.
Holy shit.
Which we all, I mean, if they didn't, I never said they weren't going to make the playoffs, folks, if you've been paying attention. But again, I ranted on about it last week, and I'm not backing down. Obviously, they're going to make the playoffs, but I'm telling you, folks, they have a series coming up with the, I was just looking at it. Whatever. They have I think they have 3 series coming up, and then they play the Braves. And that's all that matters at this point. Here's what's going to happen. Stancil Stradamus, put it in the books. Mortal lock. Long story short, they are not going to win the division, and they are going to finish in the wild card. They're going to lose 2 of 3 of that series to the Braves, and they're going to lose enough along the way where they're going to finish behind the Braves. I've said this since May. It's why you don't get excited for any team in the first 2 months of any season. Yet you see all these cucks like the 7 line and all these fake women Mets girl fans in fucking April and May talking about World Series and what's going to happen in the playoffs. Do you not understand how injuries work? Do you not understand how seasons work? Fucking idiots. And do you not understand history? And I understand what happened 10 years ago has no bearing on the Mets team on the field now. Managers, different ownership, yada, yada, yada. But there's obviously something to it. There's a reason the Mets haven't won anything since 86. There's a reason the Jets haven't won anything since 69. There's a reason the Islanders haven't won anything since 80-something.
Correct.
So that's it. I mean, I don't have much more on it. And listen, I am a Mets. Don't get it twisted. I talk shit because I was born a Mets fan and my life has been a living hell. But that doesn't mean I don't want them to win. I still watch the games, especially after the All-Star break. And I'm just telling you what's going to happen, folks. And I want you to know you heard it here first. So that's it for the Mets.
Not yet. Not yet. I put up a little something in my back screen. I don't know if you can see it, but the only thing I can say about the Mets is, look, gay couples like the Mets. What else? What else do
I
you
gotta
want?
make it bigger because I'm blind.
How
How do you know they're Mets fans?
It says it on the thing. That's all I need. I searched Mets
What does it
playoff
say?
gay, and that's
we
what it
can't read
says.
it. What does it say underneath?
It says gay couple who met at Mets game for Pride announces engagement. Boom. Gay people.
Son of Billy Wagner, get on putting me and Mead's face on that as like yesterday, obviously.
Pretty, please. Yeah.
Please,
Clearly.
obviously, now, please, now.
Or we could use this picture if you don't like that one. I kind of like this one. You guys could definitely be. That could be one of you could be Mead, and the other one could be. Who's a fat guy? Who's the fat Mets guy?
Oh, that's Vogelbach. He's a good egg. He loves to drink. He's somewhere between Chris Farley and John Kruk, and he's as a baseball player.
Don't make him a bad
Vinny
person.
Cash, the god, loves when Ski Mask gets too drunk. Well, I'm not a host, and that's why Victor's hosting this very show. I don't like to host. I like to comment. I like to be a second or maybe even a third mic. Aaron Judge hit his 60th home run this week. I don't really fucking care. I don't think it's that big of a deal. He's 9 feet tall. He should be hitting 90 home runs a year. So I really don't. Everybody's making a big deal out of it. The first American League guy, since Maris or whatever. But the guy's 9 feet tall and jacked, and it's 2022. Like, these guys were hitting. Maris. I don't give a fuck. I'm a Mets fan. They were hitting 60 home runs and like going to work in the morning, like an actual like making light bulbs before they hit 60 home runs. All this guy does is make money, lift, and is 20 feet tall. So he should be in 60 home runs. I don't give a fuck. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Do you care, Victor?
No, I don't even know who I thought Aaron
Perfect.
Berg.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I thought it was Aaron Berg who hit his 60th home run. My
Victor,
bad.
you're good with the technology. Pull up Diana Rossini of ESPN. Do you know this woman?
Rossini.
Let me tell you,
Rossini. I got her. Hang on.
Fell in love with. Now let me tell you, I fell in love with her the end of the summer before the season. I never watch ESPN, but when I'm at the gym on the elliptical, I put it on and listen to a podcast. So it's on like right in front of me, but I'm watching something on my phone usually. But boy, my BB, what a tasty little treat. Oh, there she is, my mommy, I need Milky, mommy, put me to bed, mommy. Oh my God.
You ready for the finish? Here we go. Look at this. What would you do with that at home besides shave her legs every day?
Any idea what to do with that? I would run away. I would be terrified. I would ask to be punished, and I would go to my room by myself with my.
I would
ask my mommy to put me to bed.
I would get 12 pumps easy on her. 12.
Think we can get her on the show?
I think we have a shot. I mean,
She's in New York.
I asked that Zia girl to come on when I was drunk one night. So that was a crash and burn. Love her. She's a sweetheart.
Oh, but she's great.
Yeah.
I hung out with her last Content House, and I'll be hanging out with her at the next Content House in Orlando if I can afford a return ticket. I already bought my ticket there. So listen. So if you want me to be if you want Ski Mask and Brennan's Beautiful Boys, representing at Chrissy Mayer's Content House, guess what, you pieces of shit? Click, look at the things on the bottom of the screen and give me some goddamn money so I can go down there and represent. So these people don't run away telling their, I only speak the truth. Patreon.com/SkiMaskMedia. You can Venmo at SkiMaskHost and tell them this is not for you. You're too drunk. Say, send this to Mr. Stancil. We want him in Orlando representing the Beautiful Boys, representing Ski Mask, representing the working man and every other adult who lives in their mother's house. So that's that.
Mother's garage.
Well, sometimes I get invited to the big house when
she let you in.
Oh.
She let you in. This girl is growing on me a little bit, buddy. I gotta tell you what.
She's my mommy. I called her first. I knew you'd like her because you were the same person.
Yeah.
And apparently she was involved in some kind of unsavory. Maybe you can find it. There was something like she blew somebody for a story or something. Like this is a good girl here.
Not safe for work. Let's see what we get here, huh?
Sure.
I'm excited.
But there should be a story. I think she like
Come on, you sweet.
there's
one.
a story that she blew somebody to get like some inside info. I think she blew somebody on the Jets too. So I'm like 3 degrees away from getting blown by her.
By the way, this is a great pick of her. Holy shit.
Yeah, she's a BB. And she's been at it. Diana Rossini. Oh my God. Oh, this show's going off the rails.
Yeah, but sports. This is fine. She's a sports broadcaster.
Wait, I got off track.
ESPN
Zia Anderson is a very cool chick, and I'm not just saying that. I would just not say anything. Very
No.
down to earth, and overly inclusive. Like I didn't really, I
She's a
knew.
sweetheart.
Yeah. But she was like asking me stuff. Like, what do you care? Well, I don't know,
Why you care about my
what,
opinion?
women talk to me like they care, please. So shout out there. But wait, what show did you invite her on when you got hammered?
It was Ski Mask. I was hammered, and I was like, "You should go on Ski Mask sometime."
And what did she say?
She
Ew.
didn't. She, in the nicest way possible, she ignored everything, which is the right way to
But
do
she
that.
did it nice. But she did it nicely.
Like she didn't say no. She didn't say go fuck yourself. So, but this is when I shop when I look for
Oh my God.
what this chick did. She had some blue satin blouse that apparently she blew the guy in. Hang on.
Yes.
Yeah.
You think I folks? Have I ever lied to you?
Let's see. Here it goes. Let me
Oh,
read
I
the
love her.
article. ESPN reporter gave oral sex for information. Wife accuses reporter giving sexual favors in exchange for information. 2015.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
She's a
Yeah.
go-getter, and she's Italian. And she fucking, God, please. Somebody put me in touch with her, please. Vinny Cash, you got connections. Get her on the horn. Give her my number. Anyway.
Yeah. But is what else is going on? Is there baseball happening right now? Is it October yet? Or what is that? I thought that's when it happens.
If you have a calendar, then you would know it is not October yet.
Sorry.
It's September.
Nope, my bad.
Yeah, we'll get into baseball when the playoffs start. I just wanted to touch on my Mets and
I think it's terrible.
And Aaron Judge being 10 feet tall and being lauded for hitting home runs. Like, obviously, and he plays in a bang box known as Yankee Stadium.
I've never been listen, me personally, I've never been a fan of baseball, going to it, watching it. I don't understand how you people do it. I appreciate that you have nothing going on with your lives, and so you just want to sit there and watch stuff till you die. I'm like that now. I'm ready to die. I'm in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. Our 10s are basically New York City 5s and 4s, and they hate talking to people like me where I could get an 8.
Gentile.
Yeah, and in New York, I could get a nice 8 that would talk to me because they knew that the 10s were the only one that had the chance of talking to the guy with money or with a nice body, or they lived in the right part of Connecticut or upstate New York or Manhattan. So fucking, I come home and having an acre property is nothing. Everybody's got that here. Life sucks. Anyway, point is, I can't remember my point. I just keep talking because I don't want to break my rhythm. But I'll say this. Back to you, Jim.
Perfect. That's the show. We should just not say anything of note, but just make sure we say it,
Rhythmically.
with the rhythm. Yeah, rhythmically in the pentameter, the correct pentameter. I think that's all this bullshit is. Nan Diddy in the chat says, Vic, I hope you're doing great. And he also says, just relax, Jim. Why don't you go fuck yourself, Nan Diddy?
Your mother. Your mother.
You know what? We don't need him watching. I don't want anybody to watch this, frankly.
Turn this off. Get off. We have 2 listeners. Get off.
We'll get we'll cover more baseball as it gets to the playoffs. The playoffs, usually like the first or second week in October now.
That was my point, Daddy. I forgot. I used to get corporate tickets. Thank you for saying that. I used to get corporate tickets at my company. We'd go uptown, and I would sell them on the street and then use that money to go to stands in New York because it was only the Yankees. We didn't buy Mets tickets. Those were for fucking losers. So I would basically sell those for $50, $60, and then I would go across the street and drink. What was it? Stands. Stands was the big bar there. gorgeous fucking bartenders. If you're into Hispanic people at all for Hispanic Heritage Month,
Love
that's a great
Hispanic,
place.
love brown girls.
Love it. Wonderful place. The Bronx is a wonderful place to see those kind of women. And then with the Yankees game, it mixes in with, the blonde girls that show up. Very nice, And what I will say is the Spanish
this
girls
girl
do
talk.
blonde very well.
This is a sports show. Enough of this. All this girl
They
talk.
wear
Who
jerseys.
fucking cares?
They wear jerseys.
Who cares about women?
Listen. Okay, let's play sports. Top 10 looking girl. I think we covered this already, but top 10 looking girls in sports clothes. Team wise. So are you going to say the Yankees?
We're not. All right, we're done talking about women. We're not going to talk about what. This is a sports show.
All right.
What are you talking about? Your favorite teams? You like look at girls in?
Yeah. Like, I typed hot girl sports really quickly just to see what I would get. Just for science purposes. And I didn't really get anything great.
Yeah, Vinny's right. Sports are for queers. We don't want to talk about. There's no room for women here.
You don't want to throw a javelin with this girl?
You know who I would like to throw a javelin with, even though she doesn't throw them, is Michelle Janicki, the Australian sprinter.
Yeah, no, she's all right. She's all right.
She does that little dance before she runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyway, back to real sports.
All right, let's get to the football. Let's quickly go over a couple things from week 2, and then we'll do our picks. Then I'll get out of here. I got to smoke weed, as I can't do it on the show. I have to smoke weed.
Why aren't you allowed to smoke weed on the show?
Oh, Ski Mask says I don't talk and I'm quiet. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm hosting Ski Mask Collector tomorrow. I'm going to fucking smoke the whole show and see how bad it is. How about that?
You're going to line it up the whole way?
You want to do a Ski Mask Collective show tomorrow?
I might be around. We'll see.
All right, good.
I would hate. I feel bad. I don't want to. It's like I'm avoiding ski. I'm not avoiding ski. I swear to God.
He's the one not making the show. He asked me to do the show this week, so I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
How do I get this fucking thing up?
So you come on, you host it. I'll fucking send the link. I'll send the link to everybody. Who cares?
Yeah, I'll host it.
Who cares? This is the show. All these shows are shows about other shows that are, and those shows are about shows. This is the most meta, one of the most meta podcasts in podcasting. That's really, me. If you're paying attention, a lot of low IQ out there don't get it. Go watch the Fagoots podcast if you're low IQ. This is more. This is for people who drink wine and can appreciate lobster without butter. If you eat, if you're scum, go watch the Fagoots pod stuff. But, this is for the classy people. We stick our pinkies out when we drink tea, and we understand what's going on here. The very meta production, Ski Mask Media. I know, I'm just trying to keep that rhythm we talked about earlier. I'm not really.
It's wonderful. That's what it's all about, Daddy.
It's all about the rhythm. I'm not saying anything. I'm just doing stream of consciousness. Now, let's get to the week that was, week 2 of the NFL, the year of our Lord, 2022. What happened? The Jets, against my own picking, beat the Browns, which, whatever. It's one of those freak games. I watched the second half. I'm not going to get into details about it. All I'm going to say is, fuck Cleveland, Ray DeVito, Chad Zumock, add it to the list. Cleveland is a shithole. Their teams are embarrassing.
Correct.
I don't care if they win. You should still be embarrassed if you're in any way related to Cleveland or Ohio. You ever driven through Ohio?
Oh, yeah. It's terrible. Terrible place.
Just a vapid wasteland. Not even interesting crops. At least when you get farther west, there's like a rolling, expansive fields that are cool. Ohio's just a shithole. And they got their shit pushed in by Joe Flacco, who is not a good quarterback. And here exactly what's going to happen. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen, Victor. Let me tell you.
Bring it on, Daddy.
Let me tell you what's going to happen. Unbelievable. This guy knows what's going to happen all the time. The Jets are going to... They're going to win. They're not going to win this week. We'll get to our picks in a minute. But fast forward. They're going to win 4 or 5 games here in the first 6 to 8 weeks because they already have 1 win.
Yep.
Okay.
Wild.
Right. And here's what's going to happen. They're going to win just enough games. They might win I got to look at the schedule. But anyway, they're going to win enough games. Maybe they'll get another lucky one this week or next week, something like that. And Flacco's going to stay in at quarterback, and they're going to end up winning 6 or 7 games, go nowhere. Wilson doesn't progress. The nothing happens with the season because we don't make the playoffs, and it's just yet another. We haven't had a meaningful year in a decade. 2011 was the last time, as a football fan, I had a meaningful thing to watch. And this season's no different. So don't let a 1-point win, a crazy comeback over Cleveland, do anything. Now, you want to talk about a comeback that does mean something, Victor?
Yeah, bring it on.
The Miami Dolphins coming back against the Ravens. I got to admit, Tua is growing on me big time. I'll say right now, I'm putting Tua in front of Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is regressing. Kyler Murray is we don't have post-production, so I'm not going to say it. But he's a blank, and he just doesn't have the he's a me guy. Even with the win last week, you could see you started pouting before the Cardinals had that crazy fumble recovery to win the game, which I'll get to in a second because I have a bone to pick with that too. But yeah, the Dolphins look good. They're the only team I think that's going to be able to even put a wrinkle in the Bills' plan as far as winning the division. But who knows what's going to happen? The Bills haven't looked tremendous. They looked good the other night, but they're playing a team that shouldn't be on the field in the Titans, which are just going nowhere.
Garbage.
But yeah, I have been very impressed by the Dolphins and Tua. I did not think Tyreek would have that big of an impact on that offense, and he does. And
Some bitch.
That was
bitch.
Yeah, that was the game that stuck out the most for me. The Dolphins were quite impressive last week. And yeah, the last one, just to touch on, like I said, the Cardinals had that, and it was a fun game. I was watching that game illegally again. Very fun. Shout out Crack Streams. Do it, folks. If you haven't gotten there already, Crack Stream. Just Google it. So they had this, fun game, crazy comeback. That was against the Raiders. I'm sorry. Actually, shit. Yeah, because Hunter Renfrew got popped, right? Same game, right? It was Raiders Cardinals. Yeah, because it was in the shithole. Yeah. Hellhole. Renfro gets popped. Ball comes out. Of course, Renfro's on my fantasy team, so -2 points for that. No big deal or anything. Brings it back for a touchdown. Here's my thing. First of all, the guy barely can cross. So fumble recovery for a touchdown to win the game. Big moment. I get it. Also, second week of the season. And the guy, I forget who it was, he basically almost drops the ball like on the inch line. I don't know if you saw that, Victor. He let the ball go just long enough that it was a touchdown, but it's been done before. CC Deshaun Jackson, where he was so excited, almost drops the ball, and then immediately, and this is where I'm getting to here, immediately goes to trying to take his helmet off to run around. Two things. A, is anyone an adult anymore? Can anyone just do what they're paid to do and then go in the locker room? Because I'm seeing defensive teams go celebrate in the end zone in the third quarter after a pick or a fumble recovery. And why? I don't understand this. I played sports with helmets my whole life. When something good has happened, I've never tried to my first thought is never to immediately rip my helmet off and run around like a jackass. Do you have any insight into why anytime there's a big play, you watch these guys, all they want to do is rip their helmet off? Is it just because they're low IQ and they're so excited they don't know what to do? Is it because they wear helmets and they want their face to be on TV? Can anyone help me? I mean, I know in the end, both those things, whatever it is, it's very childish and immature and low class, certainly low IQ. But what the fuck is it? I never understood this tearing the helmet off thing.
Right. Well, it's a little bit of everything. Some of it is they don't understand the implications of their dumb actions, right? And the other part of it is that they're dumb enough to believe they're that good, that they could rip their helmet off and they get to celebrate everything, right? You would score the touchdown or get the goal and say, I got to get my calves back over to midfield. We got shit to do, right? And that's the difference.
I had the luxury of growing up watching Michael Jordan, the greatest competitor of all time, who almost never celebrated. So
One
I
time
grew
in the
up,
air, he did that
when I
thing,
was in, just a
Yep.
fist bump or just one of these, and that's a big. I'm talking winning championships, winning games,
That was
whatever.
it was a playoff. It was a playoff game where he did the famous. The only real video they have of him like celebrating on the
That's it,
court,
baby.
which
Yep.
is when he jumped up in the air and he did the swipe and the fist pump in the air. He goes,
Oh,
"Yeah,
yes.
motherfucker!" And it was because he made an impossible comeback,
On
made an
Craig
impossible
Elo,
shot.
on Craig Elo, right in that white guy's fat fucking face, and the
Greatest fucking thing
Cavaliers.
you've ever seen.
Was it 93, 94,
Yep.
maybe 95? I don't know.
Right, amazing. But that was
To win a playoff game, or was it the
Yeah.
series?
wasn't even. That was the thing. He knew that was going to be his hardest game, probably, and he went,
Yes.
"Fuck, I did it." Yeah, you know
And
what I
he
mean?
did it. He won the game in the playoffs.
Correct.
And go watch it. He's not fucking dancing or yelling. He's fucking just so fucking pumped. It was almost an angry celebration. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
fuck you. And that's the way I always play. I learned from him. That's the way I always played sports. Is you kind of you find ways to hate the person you're going against. Like literally hate them. I used to just make up shit in my head about people, just so I could play as hard as I could. And then
You're a water boy. You're a fucking what's his name?
Yes.
Yeah.
I 100% waterboyed out. I 100% waterboyed out when I used to play sports. But that's how you're supposed to play it. Anyway,
Right.
so yeah, all these celebrations, and I think in the end, bring it all full circle, what it's going to lead to is a lower quality of play. How do I connect those dots, you may ask, folks? Because if everybody's celebrating. Now everybody does it, so you know all the kids are doing it. I mean, it's not like hypothetical. Like you watch any of the younger leagues or kids I coach, they celebrate like everything now. So what happens is, starting at the lower levels now, because everything is celebrated, you don't need to do the great thing that everybody gets actually pumped up on, like something that should actually be celebrated. Because now we're celebrating. Like I said, we had freaking teams in the NFL running to the end zone in the third quarter because they got a turnover. What the fuck? I can't even compute this shit because I'm a competitor and I'm not a fucking one of the. I don't know. But my point is, the quality of play is going to go down because there's no strive to do that amazing thing or great thing. Because you could do the same. Apparently, you could do the same celebration when you win an exhibition game than if you win a championship.
That's right.
Does that make
100%.
sense? I'm not, and I actually mean that. This is not like a Stancil bit. Like, I think the quality of play overall is going down and already has gone down because all these bullshit plays are celebrated instead of things that actually matter. Victor,
That's
what
right.
do you think?
I think you're right. I think there's only so much you could do. I just gave up, like because I think it's been like this for a long time now. I think Jerry Maguire, even before
I thought you were saying you gave up playing sports because you couldn't celebrate.
Oh no! Jerry Maguire was when I realized it probably is getting out of hand. Where they were like, you should celebrate Cuba Gooding Jr. And I know it's fake, but I only believe movies, so that's where I'm at in life. But that's really what it came down to. Is it's more about the NFL Madden video game and less about the actual game itself, which is fine. That's what it is. This is a money game. It's always been.
I know.
It's a money game.
I hate to sound, and I'm fully conscious I sound like an old man, but
You do.
But it's just fucking. It's honestly just shitty to watch. Like, I don't get it. Does it get like, it's embarrassing to me as a viewer watching these grown ass men do choreographed dances after touchdowns. Like,
no, they spin the football
spike the
like
shit
it's a
out of the
bomb,
ball,
and then
do a
all get knocked
Lambo leap,
over.
give a fucking dab, have a big huddle. Of course, like that shit pumps me up. But like this, it's like when they go into these dances, like, it just kills the whole.
What are we doing?
thing.
What are we doing with our lives?
Listen, this time flew here. We're at 50 minutes. We got to get to the picks, folks.
I'm sorry, Daddy. Hang on. Let me bring this shit up.
Anything else before we get to the picks?
No, it's 15 minutes already. It's like we're having fun.
Oh my God, we're just having fun.
I got them up here, buddy. Can you see them on the screen? Good. I tried to blow it up as big as I could.
It's okay. The viewers will enjoy that. I can't see, so and obviously we have audio listeners, so we'll still say them out loud.
All right.
But hold on, wait. We had to do the pick music for week 3 of the National Football League, folks. Here we fucking go. Victor and Stancil, picks of the week 3 of the NFL. What's the first game, Victor?
Friday night. Looks like tomorrow at 8:15, we got the Steelers and the Browns. The Steelers are getting 4 points.
Yep, this is a trap. Unbelievable. Steelers are getting 4 points. You're sure?
Right here, baby. Right here on the screen.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, give me the Steelers.
Right? Over is 38.5, by the way.
Hey, listen, folks, guys, people, everybody listening, gambling. Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Give me the Steelers. I'll take the points just in case, but I'm very tempted to just do money line even.
I'm against that. I think the Steelers are going to fuck up, but I think we're also going to have an over. I know it sounds wild. You just said there's no way there's going to be an over. I think we're getting an over in this game.
I didn't say that.
I did.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. There we have it.
And I did put words in your mouth. Yeah, here we go. Sunday, we've got the Chiefs and the Colts at 1. The Colts are getting 5.5. It's I think it's at Indiana. Indianapolis.
Chiefs, Colts. Colts are getting 5.5.
That's right.
That's impossible. You have to have it back.
No, I'm looking. Look at my screen. It says Chiefs minus 5.5.
Oh, Colts are. I see. That's my fault. Yes.
Yep. It is.
Boy, this is. I think. I'm not saying it'll be a good game, but I think you're going to learn. This is the game we're going to figure out what the Colts are. I told you last week, and they backed it up. The Chiefs are the class of the NFL until proven otherwise. And the Colts have not looked great, unfortunately. I was optimistic about. I thought they would have a decent year again. They have some good weapons, but
no bueno, buddy.
No, I'll take the Chiefs. I'll take the Chiefs minus the 5.5.
Like when I offer a girl at the bar $50 for a blowjob, and she says no bueno. It's Hispanic month. Moving on. I'm with you on that one. I agree. Eagles and Washington Commanders. Is that the name of their team?
I call them the Redskins. We call them the Redskins here on Sports Mass Collective.
We said it. Washington football team was even better than this piece of shit.
Yes.
But 6.5. The Washington Redskins Commanders football team, 6.5 points. They're getting. Kill yourself.
In DC?
What's that? Yeah, it's in DC.
Yeah. I was once again impressed by the Eagles. I think the Eagles now, especially what's going on in Dallas, are going to run away with that division. I think the football team is the only team that may challenge them. I think they're a sneaky little good team there.
And I think that the Eagles are the Mets of football. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think they
always they've won. You can't say that though because they fucking won a couple of years ago. So sorry, you can't
but the Mets won in fucking '86, but nobody fucking seems to remember that.
The Eagles won 2 years ago, whenever it was.
It was a fucking special with some guy that believes in Jesus. It was just like Eli. It shouldn't have happened.
And now he's playing for the football team.
I know he is playing for the football team. So,
anyway, give me the Eagles minus the points. I think the Eagles are legit. For the NFC, the Eagles are one of the more legit teams. The AFC is far and away better overall teams in the AFC.
Always.
This year, but give me the Eagles minus the points.
I'm a Commanders guy because I am basically like a Mets fan in this case. I'm just waiting for I don't like the Eagles, but I know they're gonna fuck up. You know what I mean?
And I don't mind that pick. I was torn there with the points. I don't mind that because
that's what I want. I want them points, though. You're right. I want 6.5. I definitely do.
They have some weapons there. Next, yes.
This is a game that I love and I hate. It's the Bills and the Dolphins in Miami. It looks like Miami's getting 6. I love the Bills, but man, I love Miami right now too. So I'm thinking Miami for myself again with the points.
I'm gonna roll with that with you, my friend.
Over is 52.5. Do you really think they're going to score that much, though?
No, I know why they did that because obviously you look at the teams, but I think divisional games, first time beaten this year, usually always tighter. This is I think I went through the games the other day, and I think this is my game of the week.
This is your mortal lock?
What's that?
Your mortal lock, if you will?
No. I just mean as far as watching, as far as everybody out there, as far as matchup.
Those are both great party. Listen, if I were you, I don't, and you don't have anything to do, I would just hit the road and go hang out and watch these games. Whatever, fuck it.
Why don't I just not hit the road and watch these games?
I mean, you do like Connecticut in your mom's garage, so fair point. Sorry.
What I like is not spending money.
That's,
Anyway,
moving on.
Yes.
Ravens.
No, I didn't pick that game yet.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you were going with Buffalo.
No. I was saying the Dolphins are getting 6
Fair.
at home.
Fair.
Is this? I'm asking you.
Yeah. That's my understanding. Yep.
I think they want. I think on paper the pick is the Bills, but I got a feeling after last week, I could see this being a big statement game for the Dolphins. I'm giving the Dolphins at home +6.
You're with me on. I love it. You're with me on this one.
Yep.
Ravens, Patriots. Looks like it's in New England. 2.5. The Pats are getting. It's all day for me for the Pats. Take it.
Yeah, this game looks sexy on paper. This is a game that was an awesome matchup 2 years ago.
Yep.
The bloom is off the rose with both of these teams. Ravens certainly have more weapons there. The Pats. I keep thinking Belichick's gonna. As much as I hate him, the Pats, I keep thinking Belichick's going to do his thing and find something. I just don't think they have the weapons there. Give me the Ravens -2.5.
Yeah, -2.5. I'm taking Pats. We're against each other.
All right.
Yeah, and the over, by the way, 43.5. Which means that you really do think that Belichick sucks, that he's not going to be able to do this.
Yeah, I would take the over there if you're a betting man.
All right. Bengals.
Next.
At your Jets Stadium. Jets are getting 5 points. I'm still going to take the Bengals on this one.
Bengals by 1 billion. Next game.
Detroit Lions in Minnesota for the Vikings. The Lions are getting 6 points, but didn't they come off a win last week?
They did.
Was it a terrible team?
I forget. I was watching it. Listen, here's the thing with the Lions.
Yep.
They are a middle-of-the-road team at best. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors there. Everybody here, and here's why, folks. Because any team that's on Hard Knocks, which the Lions were this year, which I didn't watch a second of, I could care less. But any team that's on that, everybody gets a little bit higher on that team, whether it be the spreads, fans, whatever, because they see the guys like, oh, this guy's into it, this guy's in it. They look really good. Meanwhile, if you were to do a Hard Knocks of every team in the same year, you'd see the same stuff. Like every team thinks they're going to be good. Every team thinks they're underrated. So they always, the team on Hard Knocks always gets an extra little boost out of that. I am very low on the Lions, even with that big line there.
Goddamn shit.
The Vikings look good as well. Give me the Vikings -6.
I'm taking the Vikings too. I love the Lions, but I just can't go there. Raiders.
Nutshot says he picked up Goff on his fantasy team. I hope he's on the bench because that's a terrible pickup. Next game.
Nutshot. Raiders and Titans at Tennessee. Titans are getting 2. Off a big Raiders loss. Is that true or no?
The Raiders, another team like the Colts, who have not impressed. I've seen him play a decent amount these first 2 weeks.
For sure.
And are underachieving. That said, I also don't see anything in the Titans.
Not at all.
And I watched them play.
I think did Detroit beat them last week? Somebody beat. I think that's who they beat.
No, I don't know.
I can't remember. Anyway, I'm with you.
So yeah, give me especially off that bad beat last week for the Raiders.
Yep.
I could see this being a blowout for the Raiders.
Yep. Absolutely. I hate the Raiders.
They need a game.
Fans.
They haven't had a statement game. They had a close game with the Bengals to start the year, right?
Yep.
I could see them. I know they want to get Devontae Adams the ball more too. That was a big thing they talked about after the game. So I see this getting ugly for the Titans. Give me the Raiders.
I think so. And I hate the fucking Raiders after last week. I don't want to see them ever win again, but no. Fuck that.
Great.
Saints.
Perfect. Good. MGD 64, folks.
Yeah, a lot of gas. Saints and Panthers. Jesus Christ, Vic. +3 Panthers at Panther Stadium. Or whatever the name of the stadium is. Fuck
Plus, I'm sorry, against who?
that. Saints are giving 3 points to the Carolina Panthers.
Ah, God.
At a Carolina game.
It's two of the same team playing each other.
I don't know. You think?
I think so. Jameis Winston, Baker Mayfield. Jameis Winston's a better quarterback. And the Saints have more weapons, and the Saints are at home.
Nope. Carolina.
Well, I'm taking the Saints anyway.
All right. I'm with you on that. Fuck the Panthers.
Yeah.
Texans. Bears. Texans are getting 3. It's at Chicago. Coming off a win last week, right? Chicago had a big win.
They did, and they looked decent. David Montgomery looked like a monster last week, if anybody caught clips of that. Absolutely wild. But what a disgusting game, really, on paper.
Yep.
Both these teams will end up nowhere. What's the spread?
3 points, my friend, going to the Texans.
Yeah. Texans. I don't think Texans will be favored in a single game this year, nor should they. Although a lot of people are high on Davis Mills, I've yet to see it. Give me the Bears -3.
I'm with you on this one. I like the Texans when J.J. Watt was in them. Who was it? Was it Watt? Am I wrong about that? T.J. Watt. That's how much I know people. But he's been gone for a while, right?
I don't know. Yes. Yeah.
I don't know shit. Moving on.
Jaguars.
Chargers.
Nutshot in the chat asks if Herbert can't go, does he start Goff or Carr? I hope that's a joke question. Obviously, it's David Carr.
Right.
Look at the weapons on the team. Nutshot, you fucking asshole.
Douchebag.
I also have Herbert in one of my leagues, so he better fucking play because I got no options. What's the next game?
Buccaneers, Tampa Bay, 1.5. Georgia Buccaneers. The Packers are getting holy shit. The Packers are getting
3 Miller Genuine Draft 64 is what it takes for Victor to fall off. 1.5 is what it takes for Victor to fall off a cliff. At least Ski Mask drinks like a pint of alcohol.
Listen, I guess I am going to dive in.
Want to try it again? Let's start from the top.
Green Bay Packers are getting 1.5 points at Tampa Bay.
Give me the Packers. End of story.
Yeah, no. Well, here's the thing. Who the fuck got? He was on my fantasy team. Who got kicked off the Buccaneers?
Mike Evans.
Yeah, my boy got kicked.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm
honestly,
taking Packers. I'm taking Rodgers, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that douche, but I'm taking him.
I know. I like Rodgers, and they looked good last week. They'll come around. They'll be fine. Starting with this game.
Olivia Munn. You remember Olivia Munn when she was fucking amazing?
Yeah, on that video game show that night. I used to.
She sent
around with that.
Some trivia. She sent Chris Pine some naked photos, and they are available on the internet.
Wow.
So just for you guys.
Yeah, she's a bit of a fucking meat hound, like a fucking. I feel like she has a layer of slime on her. She looks like a whore. Next game. Next game. Let's not talk about girls.
Oh, you see, you ruin everything. L.A. Rams and the Cardinals. The Rams are given 3.5. I'm sorry, they're given 3.5. At Cardinals.
Cards are. They had the comeback win last week. They have not impressed me. No. Even when they've won games, but they're doing it. Smoke and mirrors. And I just want to say for Nutshot, the bloom's off the rose a bit in Arizona. Give me what's the team?
The Rams, my friend, against the Cardinals.
Absolutely the Rams. And I know a divisional game. I foresee a blowout there.
We've got the Falcons with Seattle.
Wait, who'd you take?
I don't even fucking know what this game.
You have to pick.
I don't like this. I like the under more than I like either of these teams.
You gotta do the spread. This is how you do football picks.
I'm aware of how to bet this shit. I'm just telling you I don't like the game. I know how to gamble.
All right, so who do you pick?
Do it for a living. I'm taking the Cardinals. I'm going to take the Cardinals with 3.5.
Fuck you.
I'm doing more. I'm doing the under heavy on this game. That's for sure. I'd do $100 on the under on this one. I like it so much.
Wow, faded
48.5. Falcons at Seattle Seahawks. Falcons are getting 2 points. I don't even know if either of these teams have players on them. Do they?
They do, but not great ones. Seattle has better ones, though, so give me Seattle.
Yeah, I don't even have a. Again, this is another one where I'm like, I like the under on this bitch. I'm taking the under on this for sure, and Seattle, just because you picked it. So if I lose money, it's your fault.
I said the Bills Dolphins is the game of the week. This is the worst game of the week. It shouldn't be televised. They should bomb the stadium. They should bar people from having to watch it. They should show it to people in jail.
Homeless people should be invited to it. I get it. I really do.
Terrible game.
Yeah.
What a terrible game. Next game.
San Francisco 49ers in Denver and the Broncos. Broncos are getting 1.5 points. I'm taking Broncos on this bad boy, even though I like the Niners, but I got the D, but I'm taking Broncos.
I'm taking the Broncos as well, but I think this will be a good game. I have a feeling this will be a good game. Jimmy G's back under center in San Francisco, and if you saw him go in, all the players in the huddle were fucking slapping on the back. They seemed pumped.
Yep.
Listen, the dude, and I'm not a big fan of him. I think, again, he's one of these. I like to put it on a scale of 1 to 10. He's a 6 or a 7. You know, he's good, but he's not that next level quarterback. But he's a good NFL quarterback, but he's still saying a lot. That's not throwing shade. So I think the 49ers are going to be a little bit better than we thought with Jimmy G under rather than Trey Lance. I think this will be a good game and a fun game and a divisional game, but I'm taking the Broncos.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Next up, I took the Broncos already. Moving on. Next up, Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants, their stadium.
This is what, Sunday night?
Yeah, Sunday night. 1 point. Cowboys are getting 1 point. The over is 39. That's wild to me.
Yeah, I get it. It's gonna be over. But this is a tough. I was looking at this because I placed my 16-team bet the other night on DraftKings. 50 cents to win $5,000, folks. Can't go wrong. But this is a tough game to pick. I don't think it'll be a great game to watch. These are both middle-of-the-road teams here that will probably both end up going nowhere. Giants are riding high. They love their coach in New York now.
Dude, what's up with that? How did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, they won in spite of Daniel Jones last week. Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback and is not the long-term answer in New York. However, Dak is also in Dallas. Cooper Rush looked good. Who's getting the points?
Dallas is getting 1 point.
Give me Dallas +1. Rain on this fucking Giant parade. Homos.
I'm taking the Giants and an over because on Twitter I saw some guy with the last name Gino holding 2 kids, his daughters, looking at the field. I don't know what that was, but I assume
clearly his last name wasn't Bisconti.
No. I don't think Gino's. I don't think you could have fucking kids with Jameson. So Miami, and that's it. Well, that's it for this week, actually. I'm sorry. That was Monday night. I was about to start talking about the week after. But
wow, way to ruin it. Way to ruin it. I literally asked before that game, is that the Sunday night game? And you said yes. And I asked that because I thought it was the Monday night game, and I was going to do a big finish.
So what, you fucking trick question
so now
me?
you've ruined the whole show.
Fucking...
You've ruined the end of the show. You've ruined all these fine people watching. You've ruined their night.
No, I know. I get it.
And nothing listening, if you're watching and listening to it later, well, what a shitty Monday night game. But it'll be fun. It'll be interesting with the betting, folks. Look at it that way, because the game itself, I feel like, is going to be messy, but the betting will make it fun. So, disobey your wife or girlfriend, bet on the game, or just lie to her. Tell her you're not going to bet on it, and then bet on it. Nothing funner than lying to a woman. They're so dumb. They usually believe it. So just lie to her. Bet on the Giants-Cowboys game so you can actually enjoy watching it. What do you got, Victor? Do you want anybody to follow you or not?
And GFY Marca, if you feel like it. If not, I don't take it personal. I'm a good boy. I like good things. I try to make girls feel good,
Oh, God, please don't say
I don't know what you want from me. That's how I do it.
What was it? Oh, Monster? What was that? It would make me feel good. When, what's his name? What's Halle Berry?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah. When she said that, I did want to make her feel good.
Oh, I made myself feel good when she said it. To say that.
You little weirdo.
GFY Marca on Twitter. Right?
That's it, baby. Well, whatever my thing says right here. Let me see. It says, GFY Marca, I believe. I think.
There you go. Thank you, Victor, for hosting. You may very well see Victor again tomorrow, folks, when our flagship show is back. Ski Mask asked me to run it, so God knows what's going to happen. We'll see.
We love you, Ski.
Cast of characters. Hold on. We have one last comment to send us at Stancil Jim on Twitter and Instagram. Please look at the please. I need money. Please, you don't know how much I need. Patreon.com/Ski Mask Media. Venmo at Ski Mask Host. Whatever. Here. Don't buy a coffee tomorrow and just give me $3 or join the Patreon. We had an interview with Chuck last week. I'm doing a one-on-one with Son of Billy Wagner very soon, probably this week. There's some shit going on there. There's old videos of me jumping off stuff and Ski Mask touching stuff. If you were on the Patreon a little while ago, you could have seen Ski Mask's piece. He did post it on there when he was hammered and then took it down. So that's the kind of shit we got going on behind the paywall. Dicks. Dicks.
OnlyFans.
Dicks. Right, Victor?
Yeah, it's your own personal OnlyFans.
Now let's see this last comment from this fan. I really appreciate all this deep football analyzation that myself and the two other people watching the stream got to enjoy.
Thanks.
Keep it up. He's not allowed. Nan Diddy 29 never allowed in the chat again. Disrespectful. There was many more than 3 people. I think we got up to 5 people at one point. And so many millions will watch after the fact. Tell your friends. Listen, if your friends are watching ESPN, tell them to throw this podcast in their rotation. They're listening to assholes who have done nothing with their lives. I'm an All-American athlete, the only All-American athlete that hosts a comedy podcast. Victor knows all the ins and outs of the gambling world and probably played a sport once. So that's really it. Anything else, Victor?
That's it, man. Thanks for having me on again. Maybe I'll call him.
You're the new co-host, so everybody enjoy your week of football. Enjoy the baseball as we get closer to the playoffs. And if you got questions and bullshit, fucking DMs are open, baby, or fucking comment next week.
Send me some pictures, girls.
Interactive show if you want it to be. Bye, everybody.
Love you, man.